on November 6, 2025, meaning that may determine the technological landscape. This is Tesla's annual general meeting of shareholders. Attracts so much global attention. A bet worth more than $1 trillion. But Tesla's CEO Elon Musk's new 10-year compensation plan can be passed. It's not just a paycheck. The largest, most aggressive, and most controversial incentive plan. What we are going to discuss today is not a simple yes or no vote. It's a referendum on Tesla's soul. In the next time, every aspect of this vote, behind this, it's a clash between corporate governance and supervision. It's a deadline issued by the chairman of the board. Synonym may choose to leave this plan. Has far exceeded cars. He envisioned an empire of 1 million humanoid robots and 20 million vehicles. All point to a staggering ultimate goal to push Tesla's valuation to $8.5 trillion. Today, let's dissect this trillion-dollar bet. Is this vote rewarding a person's past or buying the future of a company? Musk remembers Tesla. This sentence among investors is a belief or a dangerous bond. To peel off the core of this complex issue, how this war is fought, follows a simple but cruel principle. One share, one vote. But who has the thicker capital? Your shareholding is proportional to your voting power. Elon Musk himself is the biggest participant. This means that before the vote began, he already had 15% of the approval votes. But it's not enough to decide the outcome. He needs allies. And his allies have already come forward. The financial giant. This is a very important signal. Their support sends a message that this seemingly crazy plan is reasonable. They are not supporting Musk himself, but the performance represented by Musk. And came from a similarly important shareholder. Norwegian Bank Investment Management publicly opposed. This company, which is the manager of Norway's sovereign wealth fund, they said in the statement that value and the unmitigated risks to key individuals were concerned. Let's translate this sentence. First, the total reward. Musk, with a potential value of over $1 trillion. If this number is too large, beyond the realm of rationality. Second, equity dilution. If Musk gets an additional 12% of shares, will be diluted. Now it may only be 0.88%. Right, but supporters believe that the proportion has decreased. Your absolute value still increases sharply. Let's assume you are a Tesla shareholder. The company's market value was $1 trillion. to $2 trillion. Only then can he unlock the first batch of 1% shares. Let's do the math. Because the company's market value doubled, then Musk took 1% of it. This makes your wealth from 100% growth to 98% growth. Now please answer this question. That would increase your investment by 98%. An irrational investor would not refuse. Let's continue. He unlocked the second batch of 1% shares. The cumulative dilution is 2%. When Musk completed the 12th batch of targets, he took all 12% of the shares. Let's calculate the total. The entire 12% dilution effect. The final net increase is still as high as 659. Is a concept of substitution, but not depreciation. The key person risk has not been mitigated, which is the center of the whole storm. What is key person risk? Whether the company can survive without a certain person. It believes that the compensation plan not only did not ease, but pushed the risk to the extreme. Are deeply bound at 100%. But if he fails or leaves halfway, what will happen to Tesla? But disconcerting in the chairman of Tesla. Sent an open letter to shareholders. The wording of the letter can be said to be very rare, and even a hint of warning. If Musk's 10-year compensation plan, he might resign as CEO. This is a bombshell. Not for or against. You are voting for whether Musk stays or leaves. If Musk leaves Tesla, he would lose his talent and vision. Let's see. Shepard's blunt words. He said that now. Tesla is Musk. Tesla is Musk. Tesla might have gone bankrupt in the financial crisis of 2008. Achieve the regional breakthrough in Model 3's production. Might just be an ordinary electric vehicle manufacturer. And autonomous driving. So Chairman Robbins' warning. Or fear. But this brings up a deeper question. Is this a healthy situation? A $1 trillion super company. Its future and its CEO needs a sky-high salary package to retain. It is extremely unusual. This precisely proves that we should not yield to this risk, but should find ways to correct it. He is a figure of the Genesis. You can't measure him by the standards of ordinary CEOs. To lock his energy and time, to ensure his talent and vision remain with Tesla. What if the vote really doesn't pass? The Tesla BOARD is really helpless. Chairman Robin, while warning, also revealed a message that if the vote fails, Tesla has prepared a plan B. So what is his plan B? Tesla has asked Musk. Even the board that most supports Musk is also preparing for both scenarios. On the other hand, or itself is a hedge against the risk of key personnel. But in the end, Plan B is still Plan B. Because everyone knows that, in the short term, will be devastating. So, the current situation is more like a high-risk game. To get the approval, while the opponents are using corporate governance risks to call for a veto. So who will win? On the afternoon of November 5th, a preliminary result has emerged. The voting rate is about 80%. Have already made their decisions. Among the 80% of votes that have been cast, this number is both a relief, but also a little subtle. The current trend is expected to be passed by the vote. Musk will stay. The board's warning seems unlikely to come true. Is unlikely to happen. It's only 55%. It's not a landslide victory of 90% to 10%. And unanimous approval. There is a huge and almost even-matched disagreement. Under the pressure of Musk's possible departure, still chose to oppose. They would rather risk the CEO leaving. They still choose to say no to this plan. It resonated with nearly half of the shareholders. So even if the plan passes as scheduled, it is not a perfect victory. It leaves a huge question mark. Deep value division. Or Musk believers. All costs are worth it, and all rules can be flexible. Or rationalists. No company should be above the rules. No CEO can be too big to be constrained, no matter the outcome of this vote. An iconic event in the history of corporate governance. On the two sides of the scale, and let global investors weigh it publicly. Now the scale seems to be tilting towards the value of genius. So what is the value of this genius? What does this plan promise? Now let's enter the core of this compensation plan. The word-by-word structure of this 10-year plan. The essence of this plan is not salary, but a bet. Will not receive a penny of basic salary. All his returns come from milestones. Almost impossible tasks, can he get those rewards? As mentioned above. Tesla's valuation will reach $8.5 trillion. The 12% of shares he will get will have a potential value of over $1 trillion. So, what does Musk need to do? He needs to overcome 4 mountains. These 4 mountains would be enough to make any other CEO back down. This is the ultimate goal, and the result of all goals. What $8.5 trillion is? Any company on Earth today. even exceeds the total market value of several major countries. If we only see Tesla as a car company, the ceiling of the global auto market is visible. So, this valuation of $8.5 trillion is a declaration. Tesla's future is not in cars, or even far more than cars. It's based on AI, software, robots, energy. This is the trump card of this gamble. So, how to support this trump card? The second mountain that Tesla has to cross. It is also Tesla's first pillar. As of today, Tesla This means that to millions of vehicles per year, and to continue to do so. Tesla needs to build more. And new players. To cover a wider global market. This goal is the foundation of the entire empire. Cash cows are used to write. It is also a data source. 20 million sensors on the road. It is also Tesla's second pillar. It is also a key step from hardware to software. This is the key to Tesla's valuation taking off. Because selling cars is a one-time deal. While FSD subscriptions are software and services, which is charged every month or year. Its profit margin may be 80 or 90%, or even 100%. 10 million users. Which means a net profit of $10 billion a year. The business has infinite room for imagination. But the premise of this goal is that Tesla's FSD must be in the next 10 years truly achieve autonomous driving, not the assisted driving we see today. And look ahead. Or even L5 level. You can sleep and watch movies in the car. But also illegal, ethical, and social acceptance. Means he believes that Tesla's data and algorithms can, within 10 years, overcome the holy grail of human AI. If this goal is achieved. But an AI company. Its valuation model will be completely rewritten. Deploy 1 million humanoid robots. And the most sci-fi and disruptive one. If FSD is the application of AI on wheels, humanoid robots are the application of AI on legs. This is the path to general artificial intelligence. 1 million humanoid robots. Where will they be deployed? First, maybe in Tesla's own gigafactory. They will take over those boring, repetitive, and dangerous tasks to achieve another exponential leap. Then, eventually, they may go to homes, hospitals, and malls. Musk himself has said many times that may be 10 times larger than the auto market, if then the $8.5 trillion valuation out of reach. This goal. Ultimate challenge in the field of giant intelligence it needs to solve. Real-world interaction problems. So now let's look back at this plan. 20 million cars. $8.5 trillion in valuation. This compensation plan is not a compensation at all. It's a blueprint. It's a battle map forcing Musk and Tesla as a whole in the next 10 years must win all 4 wars simultaneously. This is a win or lose gamble. That's why Morgan Stanley supports it, because they are buying this blueprint. That's why the Norwegian bank is worried, because any failure in these 4 wars may lead to the collapse of the entire empire. And if this vote passes, it will be like all shareholders pressing the agree button. We agree. We're willing to bet on the future with Musk. In a few hours, Tesla will announce that the compensation plan has passed. Musk will get the authorization he wants. And if this vote passes, bring more motivation. Yes, cars are just the foundation, and robots are Musk's real starry sea. Has gone beyond that of a CEO of a car company. And with the approval of his green link drum, the mass production of Tesla's humanoid robots from the call, Musk expects this is an extremely aggressive schedule. He gave more specific notes. A truly close to the final form of mass-produced robot version will be available in a few months. This is an astonishing number. In just 1 year, from 0 to 1, from prototype to 5,000 units, and eventually increase production to 1 million units by 2030. This is the Tesla speed. This number aims to deploy 1 million humanoid robots. Is strictly aligned. What we are witnessing may be a new industry on the eve of the realization of the trend from 0 to 1. And when it starts to determine the supply chain for mass production. Here is a profound insight. What does this mean? In layman's terms, convergence means convergence and become the standard, just like in the early days of smartphones. And some had sliding covers to the large touchscreen form defined by the iPhone. The field of humanoid robots is also blooming now, with different technical roots, and Tesla, with its strong mass production capacity and eye strength, will likely become the industry's de facto standard. May have to follow Tesla's lead. Will gradually enter the stage of eliminating the false. Will be quickly eliminated. For investors and the industry, there are huge opportunities hidden. Humanoid robots are Musk's ambition for the physical world. Is his ultimate disruption of the transportation world. Is expected to be released simultaneously. And future plans. Posted a bombshell. The Cybertruck will be mass-produced in the second quarter of 2026. The Cybertruck is Tesla's customized model. This time point is still in 2026. And the mass production of Cybertruck Musk revealed the most shocking detail. It will not be equipped with a steering wheel or pedals. This means that there is no space for human drivers. This is an extremely bold declaration. Fully autonomous driving, scalable application has reached a moment of revealing its true colors. Software. They want to get involved, operate a self-manufactured, the world's largest taxi fleet without human drivers. This is a way to achieve the goal of 10 million. Another way to achieve the goal, or even a much larger one. Each cyber taxi is a 24-hour. This also directly responds to the compensation target. Is one of the core pillars of the 8.5 trillion valuation, and the cyber taxi is the ultimate form of FSD's commercialization. Free drive on the road. We look back at today's shareholder meeting. We may have a completely different understanding. Today's video is a referendum on the future. Are voting on a compensation plan, but what they are voting for is not money. It's a referendum about trust, a referendum on risk, but also a referendum on the future. There are concerns about the risks of key figures, which are the cornerstone of modern enterprise system. Should we give a person such a huge, unrestrained power and wealth? We also saw the vision of the supporters. Their recognition of Tesla and Musk is a bet on disruptive innovation. They believe that, and to open a new era of robots and AI, unconventional means must be used to motivate the person most likely to achieve this. Today, the over 55% voting ratio seems to have given the answer. Shareholders chose vision, radicalism, and chose Musk. They approved not only the 12% equity incentive, but also the battle map to the valuation of 8.5 trillion. And the firm belief in putting cars without steering wheels on the road. This vote, together in an unprecedented way, but also with unprecedented pressure. This plan is Musk's letter of appointment to shareholders. He must overcome those 4 mountains to take Tesla to the peak of $8.5 trillion. This vote solves the question of whether Musk will stay, but it also opens up a more ambitious, the future promised by Musk. Can it really be realized? Tonight, all the chips have been placed. And each of us, whether you are an investor or a bystander, are already in the game. If you think the video is inspiring to you, see you next time.